I woke suddenly and jumped off the couch to see plaster floating to the floor. The next morning, I looked at the floor again in the bright light of day. Sure enough, the floor was littered with plaster. Maybe it was some sort of test. If this was part of the therapy, then what should I do to get better? Life seemed to be draining away, as if I was on stage every moment with no exit in the script. Or maybe this was really about love. I needed proof, to touch the truth like $1 million ring or a famous painting. There was no future except verification that I wasn't crazy. My whole sense of self rested on a hope that life would grant me some small moment of vindication, a revelation. The wind was blowing rain against the windows of the cafe when I pulled through the swinging door. I stood in line for the counter with thoughts spinning around my head like marbles making their way down the base of a funnel. The news reported that filming had stopped and that Ken was preparing to leave. Life had suddenly become focused with a sense of urgency throttling me forward. Why would he go? I wanted him to stay. To stay or go? Suddenly I realised the girl at the cashier was talking to me, as if joining the conversation in my head. She asked again hurriedly. To go, I said. Can she see a thought? I wondered. I mean to stay, I said, sizing up the cafe for a table. She sighed, grabbed a glass and poured the coffee from the paper cup into it. A few days later, Ken had left the country, according to the paper. I reran each scenario through my head. I tried to retrace my steps, to order my thoughts logically. On the way to the clinic, I had a recurring idea that it was no longer there. When I walked into the waiting room, it was still the same. I noticed a car parked outside the office. I'd seen it before, parked outside my house. Something strange was going on. Have you been following me? I asked directly. No, of course not, she said. Maybe she was hiding behind semantics. I tried another angle. Are you aware of somebody else following me? I asked. I was angry, but I had to walk a thin line of not being perceived as mentally ill and yet trying to acknowledge I was witnessing something unreal, or more real than what I was led to think. Like who? She asked. Someone working for you or someone at the university? No, I have not followed you or even thought about doing such a thing. The only relationship we have is as professional and client inside this office. I do not want to see you outside of the counselling process. I thought for a while, flooded with uncertainty. Either she lied so well, or she was being honest, and I couldn't tell the difference anymore. I think you are a good person trying to help me, but I think you are keeping a watch on me. I said, I do not watch any of my clients. I am sorry you even think I would watch you. She was annoyed. I would like to refer you to another psychiatrist, she said with finality. As I walked out the door, she handed me a piece of paper with more names and numbers. Driving back to the apartment on the freeway, I thought I saw it again. It was as if I was in some temporary reality,